Libra mini for your week ahead. Libra in a committed relationship with kids. Or you have a young one. Or a visiting young one. So emotionally, this is a Mercury retrograde in full glory this week, with either an ex coming up to say something or your mate just being too hard to deal with. Is that it? They won't let something go. They want to throw a tantrum. So there's a couple different opportunities for you not to lose your temper this week. One's your child, one's your mate. Okay, so the mate thing. Just to get into it, someone needs to have a little meltdown. You'd think it's the kid, but I think this is the mate. Whether it's something new that you're just sick of hearing about, or they won't let something go, there's nothing you can do about that. It's almost like they just need to have their little tantrum. Or if you're trying to get your mate to agree to something and they're being uncharacteristically dismissive about it, it's because they're mad about something else that they won't tell you about. What is it? Yeah, they're mad about something you said where you made them feel stupid, or they're still mad about the last fight you had. But they'll get over it. They'll agree eventually. I see this whole thing kind of turning itself around out of your hands. They love you. They're mad about something. They don't like feeling stupid. They don't know how to express themselves that way, so they're not giving in to something you're asking for. Okay, so what's going to happen is you're just going to stand strong, stay out of their way. Try not to irritate them if they seem irritated. Overlook it, kind of, be be willing to give them some space if you're like, okay, I'm out of here. Take the kid to the park. That's all right. Let them have their meltdown. They'll come around eventually. Has nothing to do with you. Really, is what I'm kind of seeing here. That brings me to the kid thing. They might be acting wild, and I'm just going to say what I see. It's like a little child taking a permanent marker and writing on the dry erase board, or writing all over the walls. And maybe in the past, a younger you would have popped off or lost it or had a meltdown yourself, just lost your temper or made a big deal out of it. And at this point, you're going to look at it like this. Your kid loves you. Because I asked, what's the message here? What are they trying to say to you that they're unable to express, which comes out in this kind of destructive behavior? They think they're creating beautiful art for you because they love you. They're trying to say, I love you, mama. It's reminding me, what's this cartoon? The Family Guy. Not my favorite, but there's some funny parts. One was the Stewie baby. He was trying to get his mom's attention. And he's like, Mom, 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 Mom. And she's trying to do this other stuff. Like she's trying to deal with her husband doing too much or whatever. And he's like, Mom, Mom, pulling. And finally she's just like, oh my God, what? And he's like, hi. And then he runs away. It's one of those moments. So just know that one of those moments is coming with your kid where they distract you at the wrong moment, or you're trying to have a very important conversation, even if it's at work or if it's about your husband who's throwing their own tantrum. Just let it go. Just know it's your little child saying, I love you. Hi. What about me? I love you. It's super sweet and cute. And if anything, I hope it's a reminder that even though it's not perfect, you have a family, you have children, you have a mate that loves you very much. And if it's not always everyone getting along at the same time, look at it as everyone is kind of trying to express themselves to you without thinking about you and how it's making you feel. And you're just going to kind of take a new direction with that instead of what you used to. Maybe, what about me? What about Jujubee? You're just going to be the kind of loving, compassionate parent that is just like, okay, you know what? We'll get a new dry erase board. We'll paint over it. Cuddle your baby. Cuddle your mate if they let you. Just say, okay, well, I love you, and I'll see you when you calm down. You're going to stay calm, cool, and collected. And remind yourself where you are. Your home, your family. Just some days are rougher than others. That might be coming up. But it's all for the best because you understand each other a little bit more at the end of the day there, okay? So, if it's the dry erase board, if it's not kids and you're the boss, don't have a meeting. Just buy a new dry erase board. You don't have to be like, see, this is what happens. It's not going to do you any good. Or your blood pressure. All right, so I hope that helps. Libra, you got this. See you for the next one, okay? Bye-bye.